Hey guys, Angus here. Today we've got the video review of the King Arms Blaser R93 Airsoft Sniper Rifle. Let's start off this review by going over the gun's packaging. When you get the gun, this is the box it will come in. Traditional King Arms fashion, it's rather flashy, nice red, black color scheme with the King Arms logo and a large picture of the Blaser itself. Very flashy, but in the end it's just a cardboard box. When you remove the box top, this is what you should see. Everything will be packaged very nicely inside that thick black styrofoam, so nothing's really going to be rattling around in the box when it's in transit. The gun will come disassembled, therefore there is some assembly required. And besides the gun, as well as the bolts to put it together, inside the box we have two different instruction manuals. The one on the right is your Cybergun manual. This one's a lot more concise and simple. However, it does have your warranty information on the front of it. The manual on the left is the actual manual for the Blaser. This is very in-depth, tells you how to assemble the gun and basically all of its other functions. Therefore, I would recommend you take a look at this. Also in the box, you'll have your standard 90-round speed loader with special adapter tip, 50-round magazine, a large Allen key to assemble the rifle, a bipod adapter, and a very long de-jamming rod. And of course, your King Arms Blaser R93 itself. And before we start talking about the external quality on this gun, there are two things I'd like to say real quick. First off, where can you buy the gun? Well, there'll be a link down below in the description to airsoftstation.com where you can buy the gun for about $220. That, of course, qualifying for free shipping. Second off, as you saw in the packaging section of the video, the scope is not included with the gun. I just placed it on there for video purposes. Now, externals wise, being the gun is made by a higher quality manufacturer, King Arms, we're expecting some quality externals, and that's exactly what we get on the Blaser. Your whole lower body or lower half of the gun is composed of a rather durable polymer component, rather solid, feels great in your hands, textured in places so that it feels a little bit more comfortable and also grips on a little bit better to your gloves. Some of you might be complaining about the polymer body. However, frankly, I think that's great on a sniper rifle. It's what you're going to find on most of them because A, it makes it a little bit more lightweight, and I'd much rather have that as opposed to lugging around a heavy metal sniper rifle that weighs, say, 15 pounds, as opposed to this one where it weighs maybe 8 pounds. The whole gun is not composed of polymer, however. There are quite a bit of metal pieces on here, including your outer barrel, 20mm rail up top for mounting optics, and your whole bolt assembly. Also, all the screws holding the gun together are composed of metal as well, so you don't have to worry about cheap plastic screws holding the thing together and then just snapping off one day. So a good mix of metal and polymer on the gun. As I stated, in total, the gun weighs around 8 pounds, and the externals are truthfully very nice on this replica. The large orange flashlight or orange tip is composed of a cheaper plastic. I can see that maybe cracking if you were to smack it pretty hard into a tree when you're turning in a game. I'm not sure if there's threads underneath. If I do find out, I'll post an annotation stating it. Another nice touch to the externals on the gun is being that this gun is licensed by Cybergun, there are some trademarks engraved into it located just behind the bolt on both sides of the rifle. They simply read Mod R93 UIT Blaser, and perhaps I'll zoom in on them so you guys can see them, but they're engraved into the gun and actually look rather nice. Besides those, there's a couple nice unique serial numbers painted on, and that dreaded one we always get with King Arms that is engraved into the weapon, made in China. Don't really care for that, but otherwise, the externals on the rifle are rather nice. Alright, now hopping right into some features here, fairly obvious one on the Blaser, being that it is a bolt-action sniper rifle, would be its bolt. Now this bolt, pulling it back, is actually a little bit different than most of the other sniper rifles I'm used to, where I have to flip up, pull back, push forward, and then flip down again. This bolt's just a straight pull back. In order to do that, simply grip on, pull back like so, and push forward. There's no flipping up or down. Airsoft Station's website's really emphasizing how that's easier for you to do, and it also increases your accuracy, which it generally does, because I can keep my eyes straight on the scope and just pull back. Frankly though, I don't care for the bolt too much. Maybe it's just because I'm programmed to that L96 style and I want to push it down, I want to flip it up instead of just pulling it straight back. But frankly, I just don't care for the bolt too much, honestly. I've noticed that despite the fact the gun's only shooting 440 FPS, it's actually kind of tough to pull back, a little bit tougher than some of my rifles shooting 500 FPS. So in all truth, I don't care for the bolt, but it's not bad in any way, and some of you will probably care for that just straight pullback a lot more than flipping up and down. It's just a kind of love or hate thing for me, and the bolt's good quality, it's metal, not going to break on you, but at the same time, I just don't find it amazingly comfortable. Alright, now another big feature on your rifle would of course be your gun's magazine, which is located and stored on the bottom of the weapon. In order to eject it, it actually ejects via a push button system. You simply push the button in, the mag releases, and then you pull it out like so. This magazine is actually a little bit different than most of your other mags out there. As you can see, it sort of has this kind of grip on the bottom of it, and the reason for that is because when the mag is inserted, it sinks upward into the mag well, so the only way you can really pull it out is to grab onto this and pull out like so. The mag holds a very high capacity of 50 rounds. That's 20-25 rounds more than most of your other sniper competition out there. So you get a great mag capacity here of 50 rounds. You're probably not even going to have to reload in most of your games unless you're playing a couple hour-long scenario-style games. The mag does require that special speed loader lip to load it up, and I really wouldn't recommend you use it because I don't want to have to sit there with 50 rounds pushing them in with my pinky. So really take care to not lose that speed loader, as it really helps in loading up the mag. The magazine didn't have any feeding issues with it. Occasionally it kind of wanted to push more than one in there, but otherwise nothing really too big. And also, when you eject the mag, you don't lose any BBs, so you get a full 50 round feed into the gun. In order to place it back into the Blaser itself, you simply want to take it, the lip of the mag facing forward, and carefully place it in like so. It tends to kind of want to get stuck, but otherwise it slips right in and clicks into place. Now, some of the features I really like on this gun are located on the Blaser's buttstock. You get all these adjustable pieces back here, and I really love it when the pieces are adjustable. So you can go ahead, adjust it for your comfort, and also I think it looks pretty cool when you have everything tricked out and adjusted on the back. The pieces that are adjustable on this gun stock would be its cheek rest, which is adjustable via these two Allen keys located on the left side of the gun, as well as your buttstock, which is adjustable via an Allen key inside of it. Now, the butt pad on the gun can move up or down. You can go ahead and adjust it vertically so that you can get a little bit more comfort, sink it into your shoulder. Frankly, I find it most comfortable when it's basically all the way up towards the sky. And it is composed of rubber, so it's a rather comfortable piece on your shoulder as opposed to having a hard plastic piece jammed in there. The cheek rest raises up or down. You can have it pressed against the actual stock of the weapon, or you can raise it up pretty high so you can get a good view through your scope. One disclaimer though, if you have it raised up all the way, the bolt can't come back all the way, and therefore you cannot cock your gun. So that's a little bit of a con. I wish they would have designed this so that it was back a little bit farther so I could raise it up to what is honestly the most comfortable position for me, but unfortunately it's in the way of the bolt. So it is adjustable, but it can hinder cocking the weapon. Otherwise, I really like the customization options back here, so you can go ahead and adjust them for your comfort and the ability to look cool on the rifle. The stock's features, however, don't stop there. See this large sort of wheel in the back located just in front of the gun's butt pad? Well, it actually has a function. When you turn it counterclockwise, it releases sort of a metal monopod in the back. Now what this is for is, say I'm up against a surface like this, I want a little bit more stability in the back of the gun. I have a bipod up front, but want something in the back as well. I can release that, place it down, use it to steady my rifle, and get a little bit better of an aim down my scope. It's pointed at the bottom so that it can wedge in the dirt and stick there. It's not going to be slipping all around. It's actually going to provide you with a nice amount of stability. It doesn't have to be extended to this full length. You can adjust it so that, say, it's halfway down, a quarter of the way down, whatever you need for your situation. In order to wheel it back into the gun, simply untighten the wheel again, press it upward like so, and tighten it back into place. I like this feature a lot because it's pretty unique. I haven't seen it on other sniper rifles, and frankly, I just like the option of having that thing back there. If I need it, I can use it. Now, being that this is a sniper rifle, there's not too much heavy customization you can do to the gun besides its obvious features it has on it. They do give you the 20mm metal rail up top, so you can go ahead and mount a scope on here. As you can see, I got my big old sniper scope up there. Please don't ruin the gun by putting a red dot on it. It's a sniper rifle. It's made to have a zoom scope on top. They do also give you that bipod adapter, which I currently don't have installed. Just so you know, it doesn't take a regular bipod. It takes that Harris style bipod, kind of a weird, unique style bipod, but that is the bipod it takes. Just so you know, don't buy those 20mm bipods, as those won't work on this gun. It needs to be a Harris style bipod. A few other important features before we get into the final conclusion includes your safety. Your safety is located just behind the bolt and is a pretty simplistic action. When pushed forward towards the bolt like so, the gun is capable of firing. If you were to pull it backward, like so, that it slightly comes back towards the shooter, the weapon is unsafe. The bolt can still be pulled back, however the trigger cannot be pulled. It's a pretty nice safety. I don't think there's any chance of it going to slip onto safe when you pull the bolt back. So it'll only turn on safe when you manually do it. Another important feature on your Blaser would be its hop-up unit, which is an external piece as opposed to being internal, having to stick an Allen key in the mag well and fiddle around to adjust your hop-up. The hop-up is this small tab right here that you can push forward towards the end of the barrel for more hop or back towards the bolt and shooter for less hop. It's very easy to push. You just have to apply a small amount of force with your finger and it slides around rather easy. It's not tough, doesn't really resist the pushing at all. It's actually a pretty nice hop-up unit. I'd really recommend some nice .28s or .3s for premium accuracy out of this gun. Alright, so now that we've covered all of the features on the Blaser R93, let's go ahead and get to the final conclusion of this review. Overall, this is a rather nice gun, besides a few grievances. The grievances I have with the replica are as follows. The bolt, it's a nice bolt, got that straight pullback system. It's fairly easy to pull back, however, I'm just so programmed to my L96 style bolt, I just can't get used to this. It's just a personal thing of mine. Bolt itself is perfectly fine, I just don't care for it too much. Second thing I don't care for very much would be the cheek rest, how I can't have it all the way up, otherwise it won't be able to cock my bolt back. Wish they would have designed it a little better so that I could still have the comfort but be able to pull my bolt back and actually cock my gun. Final thing I don't like is that big Made in China engraving on the gun. I think it takes some great externals, makes them look kind of ugly with a trademark like that. However, I do like quite a few things about the gun. I love the 50-round magazine. I hold 2 times the amount of ammo that other sniper rifles will have, so that way, while they're reloading, I can still shoot. I love the stock in the gun, love the adjustable cheek rest, love the adjustable butt pad. I especially like the monopod down here. It's a unique feature. Haven't seen it on a sniper rifle before, and I think it's really cool. The external quality on the gun is great, including those nice Blaser trades placed on there by Cybergun. So overall, would I recommend this weapon? Yes, I would. If you're someone who's serious about putting together a bolt action loadout, going to take the time to become a good sniper, this is definitely a nice gun to have because, in my opinion, it's unique, stands out. If you shoot somebody with this on the field, after you snipe them from 100 feet away, they're going to come up to you and say, hey, gun looks really cool. What is it? So this is certainly a nice replica. If you're interested in purchasing it, again, there's a link down below in the description, and I really would recommend it. The King Arms R93 is a nice rifle, great for anybody planning to put together a bolt-action sniper loadout. So thanks for watching, guys. This has been Deathcore Airsoft's review of the King Arms Blaser R93.